I was told that like a rookie always has a small thing in the back of their mind being like, I need to prove myself. I need to prove my stay, right? But I had those doubts, when I first came. But I started shifting it into like, I genuinely belong here. There's a reason why these guys chose me, Sato and I. And so all I can do is trust their faith and why they chose me and trust my own self for all my past 4 years of hard work. Like now I'm here, right? If I didn't really trust myself and believe that I could play against some of the best in the world, then I wouldn't be here.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to 1v1. I'm joined today with Okeanos following his first game here in VCT Americas, here in week 1 of stage 2. So, Okeanos, just how did it feel stepping onto that stage for the first time here today?
I mean, stepping on stage for the first time, it's truly a blessing. I'm one of 60 players in all of North America to be able to even set foot on that stage. I've always dreamed of it. Um, it feels like a long time coming rather than, when is it my shot? When is it my shot? Because I always knew I had tier 1 potential, but I don't know. I was just excited to play.
Yeah. And obviously, you guys lost, not the result that you guys wanted, but it was close. You guys were in it till the very end. How did you feel about just kind of the team's performance and your own performance here today?
First off, we can talk about the team performance. I think we played well on maps 1 and 2. Map 3, it felt like we were playing their game. Especially with the harbor comp, you have to open up A a lot. But every time we try to work A, that just, and they stopped us, it just like completely ruined our game plan, right? Can't really do much about it. On an individual, I'm my own worst critic. Some people say I played really well for a rookie debut, map 1 and 3, but map 2, like if I just played a tiny bit better, that's just gonna haunt me for the next couple of days, but all I can do is, accept it. It happened. I can't control it. Yes, we wanted to win in this loud game, especially in stage 2 of how our group is. It was definitely a must win in this situation with Leviatán. We really need to get the wins. It's just we gotta focus on MLBR now, and just we're allowed to feel the emotions of how we are today. We're about to feel sad, upset at ourselves, but as long as we don't, come Sunday when practice starts again, wipe it from your memory, take the lessons we learned from today, and play MLBR.
Right. Yeah, definitely good approach there. So even though this was like the first VCT match, I know that you've been playing with these guys for a little bit now, a couple months. What are kind of your impressions of your teammates? I know that Sato, you've obviously played with before on M80. Is it helpful, do you think, coming into a new team with like a teammate that you already kind of knew how he plays?
Yeah, it's beyond helpful. I mean, I've been with Sato ever since M80 started its roster construction. Sato and I were the main points. So, and I was a big fan of him when he was on galleries last year during his ascension run. Being able to bond with Sato has been such a blessing. The kid has so much talent. I've been with him ever since last December, I believe. And so, every day, like we used to live in Texas together, me and him in a house. Now we're sharing apartments here. So like that's that's my bestest friend, I could ever ask for. He has so much talent inside the game. He always wants to get better. He always wants to learn. So, being teammates with someone like that, it just makes my job so much easier.
So, as you alluded to earlier, this has kind of been a long time coming for you. You've been playing kind of at the tier 2 and tier 3 level for, I guess, 4 years now, since like 2021. Yeah. So yeah, what does it just kind of mean to you, like the culmination of all those years of grinding?
I mean, it feels great. The one thing I was told that like a rookie always has a small thing in the back of their mind being like, I need to prove myself. I need to prove my stay, right? But I had those doubts, when I first came. But I started shifting it into like, I genuinely belong here. There's a reason why these guys chose me, Sato and I. And so all I can do is trust their faith and why they chose me and trust my own self for all my past 4 years of hard work. Like now I'm here, right? If I didn't really trust myself and believe that I could play against some of the best in the world, then I wouldn't be here.
For sure. I know that a lot of the play at the tier 2 and tier 3 level is obviously online. What kind of LAN experience did you have like over the past few years?
I mean, I've went to obviously like the NSGs and like the Knights arenas, but you know, I've had LAN experience, you know, not LAN, but like not LAN in the connection way, but like with a crowd and everything,
Right.
Toronto LAN, you know, and I've always like fed off the energy of the crowd. I played sports growing up, played football, so you know, seeing the crowd, just seeing everything, it's like natural to me. I think my biggest thing right now is just, you know, like, how do I say it? It's just being able to move on, trust myself, and just keep playing the game that I know I can play.
Yeah, it certainly seemed like you seemed very comfortable on stage. Like I noticed you were kind of trash talking across the stage. So, were you feeding off of the crowd out there?
I was feeding off the crowd, I was feeding off my energy, off the energies of my teammates. Map 2, when things sort of weren't going my way, I was just cheering instead of like sulking on myself. You know, someone has a good round, and you know, someone on the other team messes up, I would just, you know, crack a little joke there and just to lighten up the mood and get the energy up. And soon after, Sato started following, Corbin followed, Ian followed, and King followed. So I'm not trying to be like the vibe merchant, but like, you know, sometimes say I'm not fragging well, at least the best I can do, get my teammates' energy up and still do my part, still calm well, you know, just be positive.
Right. Yeah, definitely seemed like it was making a difference up there. So because you're a rookie, you know, I kind of want to get to know you a little bit better, help the fans know you a little bit better. So I wanted to know like kind of where you grew up and when and why you started playing Valorant.
Yeah, so I grew up in Louisville, Kentucky, far away. I was always good at video games growing up. You know, but I mainly play football and basketball. I played football all my life. You know, I had aspirations to walk on at college, et cetera, et cetera. COVID year hit, and then I snapped my arm in half, and now I'm playing video games.
Yeah.
So I've always loved the pressure that it comes to something important. I think I generally live for that. Being able to defy, like, you know, when you're playing the game, it feels like you're truly free, and you know, you're flying, and you know, like at the end of the day, it's just you, a monitor, and the 5 people you're playing against, right? So, you know, when something good happens, like, you know, you feel so much accomplishment and there's gratitude just from that. And that's why I just chase that feeling every day I play.
Would you say that there's like some commonalities between like playing football competitively and playing video games competitively?
Yeah, I would think so, because at the end of the day, both sports, both things, you're putting in countless hours, right? Some hours, like for football, you're waking up early to the gym, condition, et cetera, et cetera. Valorant, you know, you're waking up early, getting a routine, focus on goals per day, and you know, the progress isn't like this. Sometimes it's like up, down, up, down.
For sure.
So being able to just live it through and see it through, it's, you know, that's what everyone should play for.
Yeah, absolutely. And then your gamer tag, Okeanos, I'm curious, where does that come from?
It's from if you watch anime, the Fate Zero series. Alexander the Great is one of the players in it, and you know, he's always certain his goal is like Okeanos, which is in Greek means ocean, and it matches the story of how he was like trying to just conquer, and at the end of his mission, he finally saw the ocean for once.
Cool. I love that. Yeah, that's really cool. So I guess just to kind of end this, I wanted to know, just looking forward to the rest of stage 2, who are maybe some of the teams and players that you're looking forward to facing?
Definitely next week, Aspas, you know, MIBR. That guy's been a staple in Valorant competitive for the past 2, 3, 4 years. He had the championship under his belt. You know, his team bombed out in Toronto. And I know they're not, you know, gonna let that happen again. So I'm excited to play against him. I was excited to play against like the Loud Core. But unfortunately we didn't win. But now it's just focus on MIBR. Focus on MIBR. I don't know who's after on my schedule. might be crew and then NRG, something like that. But mainly just MIBR. I'm focusing mainly at a week at a time because at the end of the day, the goal is to make champions, right? And the champions winning team will be able to beat MIBR, will be able to beat 100 Thieves, will be able to beat crew, right? So I've never been the player to gauge out who I'm playing. At the end of the day, you're playing against a Killjoy, a Jet, a KO, a Sova. You know, some people are better than others, but at the same day, it's the same fundamental level of gameplay.
Yeah, makes sense. I think that's a good approach for sure. And then just, moving to LA, kind of what's the adjustment been like for you? What's kind of your early experience here so far?
I moved from Houston, from Texas, the Texas area. Sato and I were boot camping in Texas. The transition has been really easy. I've always been friends with the players in Tier 1 already. The G2 guys, like Valen, Jaw, and I've had acquaintances on like other rosters like EG as well. So settling into LA, it's been fun. It hasn't been hard on me. It hasn't really affected me in a way. Like I said earlier in the interview, it's like a long time coming. So I feel like I'm finally here. I'm just soaking everything in.
Well, that's great to hear. That's all the questions I have for you. Is there anything else you'd like to add? Any other message for the fans?
I have nothing really. I apologize for the result today. Like we will be better. We know our ceiling is so much higher. We've been showing in practice. We just have to be able to translate it.
Cool. Well, certainly looking forward to seeing more from you and more from Leviatán this stage. And good luck the rest of the way.
Thank you so much.